Hey guys, here we go into a quick video on Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou, and what an incredible performance from Ngannou. Now, this is kind of how he set up the knockout punch, and it was really interesting because Ngannou was doing a good job of controlling the space between him and Stipe, but Stipe wasn't giving him a lot of opportunities to land punches. He had landed a couple of overhand rights through the pendulum step because Stipe would move off the line. He wouldn't really change positions, but he would move off the line with the pendulum step, so he was still getting caught with the right hand. But one of Stipe's biggest problems here is he wasn't stopping Francis Ngannou from getting to the front foot here. And as we can see, Francis is going to slip to the front foot from the back foot here. And when he gets there, he gets all his weight over his front knee here. Boom, boom. And normally this is the position you end in. You're going to throw a big right hand. But he's just kind of leaning into this position and closing and clearing space. Okay? He's controlling Stipe and seeing how Stipe reacts to him getting into this position. And Stipe's reaction is no reaction. He just kind of walks off the line, similarly to how he was doing when Francis would feint him with the jab, right? He would shoot two jabs, boom, boom, and then he would come with the right hand over the top, and he would just smash Stipe. But this is very similar because from this position, right, very similar to the jabs, he would throw the right hand after the jab. After this right hand jab, okay, because he's using this punch to control the space and see how Stipe is going to react. After he does that, he decides to set up an actual attack. So now he controls Stipe. He gets his weight to the front foot. Now his head is in this position. His weight is in this position. He has crossed Stipe's line. And now he's in position to throw a very powerful left hand. Now, with his weight on that front foot here, he gets all his weight here. He controls Stipe. He shows Stipe the right hand. Stipe reacts in exactly the same way that he did to the last one. He doesn't really move. He's trying to pendulum off the line. He doesn't move his head. And Francis Ngannou was able to spring with the pendulum step that he was using with his right hand before, with his left hand now, and catch him with a kind of gazelle punch, like Mike Tyson-esque shot. Something that actually Stipe himself had been working on and used to great effect against DC in his last fight. But just to kind of show that one more time, again, he's already used the jab to feint and probe and control and push Stipe off of his line, and that allows him to get to the front foot. Now all that Ngannou has to do from the front foot here is find an attack that's going to allow him to harm Stipe. So a reaction to Stipe's position here. So after that right hand comes out, what does Stipe do? Nothing. He doesn't do anything. So the next time Francis gets to this position, he knows that Stipe is going to stay there, and he can blast out of that position with the gazelle punch and actually drop and be the kind of the beginning of the end of this fight. So anyway, if you guys like film studies like this, I don't do a lot of UFC, but I will be doing some of the UFC. But on my Patreon, you can check it out. It's $10 a month, $10 to sign up, $10 a month. And we do full fight film studies, mostly of boxing breakdowns and stuff. But we talk about boxing and stuff and similar mechanics like this, as the mechanics are exactly the same whether you're doing MMA or boxing. The only difference is the rules, right? Because when Francis Ngannou gets to this position and he's shooting his right hand, it's Stipe Miocic's job to kick this dude in the face. Don't let him sit in this position, right? And that's the difference between MMA and boxing, is that in boxing, you're allowed to get on the front foot because your opponent can't really kick you in the head. And in MMA, usually it's a little bit more difficult. But, you know, Francis Ngannou is such a big dude, it's going to be pretty rare for anyone to actually try to make him pay for breaking any of the rules.